Okay.
So I was coming to stay with them.
Right.
But Charles was here in Connecticut.
He was in Norwalk. He was
Yeah,
working in the
Norwalk,
head factory at
yeah.
that point.
And when I went to stay with them in New York,
Right.
and the first three days I was there, I went to work along with my stepfather's sister. I went with her to work.
Yeah.
She was doing house cleaning.
House cleaning.
And they was rooming with another lady.
Okay.
So one night we was having dinner, and the lady said to, well, she's not my sister, my stepfather's sister.
Right.
She said, so Ernestine can stay here with me tomorrow. So I don't have anywhere to go, and she can stay with me. And so the next morning, I got up and I went in the bathroom to take a bath, take a shower. And all of a sudden, I saw the knob turning on the door. And I looked around, and there was this lady. And she came in the bathroom. Here I'm a little country girl.
Was she a lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was a country girl. Never been to a big city or anything. I didn't even know anything about lesbians. I really didn't. And this lady came and she started, feeling my breast and everything. And I'm saying, get away, keep away. And she's saying, oh, I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to be friends with you now. And I was frightened to death. I was frightened out of
Was she a white woman?
No, she was black.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And so when I was weighing 94 pounds, but I had a fit because I was really frightened. And it's a true thing. When you really get frightened,
Strength comes.
yes, strength comes from somewhere. But I gave that lady a hard time in that bathroom that day. So I ran in the room and I locked the door. And when I got dressed and I went out, never have been to New York, never been anywhere,
Yeah.
except around the
It's a
country
big city,
where I
you're coming
live,
from the country.
And there was cement stuff, how in time the steps, and then there's the blocks, on
Yeah.
each side. I went out there and sat on the stoops from 10:30 in the morning till after 4:30 that evening. When
You didn't feel safe in that house.
no, I never was I staying in there with that lady. So I sat out there until my stepfather's sister came from work. And I said to her, I said, I want to call Charles. And so she said, well, and I told her about the lady. And I said, well, why didn't you all tell me?
So they all
about
knew.
the lady? Yeah, they knew. But she didn't tell me. She said, well, I didn't want you to go back home. I wanted you to stay up here. So then I was mad with her. So when I knew that Charles was in from work, I called him. And he said to me, he says, I don't know exactly where you are. He said, but before day tomorrow morning, I will find you. And so sure enough, he had another guy here that had a car, that he knew, and a cousin of mine here. So they got in the car, and they came to New York. So his niece was telling them how to get there, and she was telling about something about follow water tank, how to get to where she lived. But anyway, I was ready for him when he got there, and it was on Halloween night.
Oh.
But they found me
Right.
at about, it was after 2 in the morning.
That's quite an introduction to the big city.
Yeah.
You saw it all in one day.
Yeah. And so he brought me here, and I know that there was no way I could live with him. And my mother found out right home. She would make me leave and come back.
Yeah.
So I said to him, I said, well, I can't live with you. And he said, well, you just stay here. He had a room. He said, well, you just stay here until you meet, some other nice girl or something, and then maybe, you'll share a room. So